Good evening. You're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS Nightline. We begin with this story. Police have dismantled two major drug syndicates operating across the Malaysian border, seizing narcotics valued at an estimated 21 million ringgit. The coordinated raids across Selangor and Kuala Lumpur targeted networks supplying both local and international markets. Narcotics Crime Investigation Department Director Dato' Hussein Omar Khan says this breakthrough is the result of intense intelligence gathering and integrated enforcement.
The operation involves multiple raids in Sakinchan, where three suspects aged between 26 and 53 remain in custody. Officers recovered over 170 kilograms of various drugs, along with a loaded handgun and ammunition.
Kumpulan ini adalah satu pengedar di kawasan Lembah Kelang. Jadi mereka akan bekalkan dadah ni kepada kumpulan-kumpulan yang lain sama ada di Lembah Kelang ataupun untuk kegunaan di negeri lain. Jadi suatu tangkapan itu mereka dalam proses untuk diedarkan ataupun dijual kepada kumpulan lain.
Investigators believe the syndicate was active since early 2021, utilizing high-speed boats to smuggle contraband into neighboring countries via sea routes. All suspects are being investigated under Section 39B of the 1952 Dangerous Drugs Act, which carries the death penalty or life imprisonment upon conviction.
A 25-year-old security guard pleaded not guilty at the Kuching Sessions Court today to 3 charges involving child pornography and the possession of illicit materials on a smartphone. The accused claimed trial after the charges were read before Judge Musti Abdul Hamid. The offences were allegedly committed at a house along Jalan Batukawa at approximately 8:30 p.m. on January 23rd this year. On the first count, the man is charged under Section 8 of the Sexual Offences Against Children Act 2017 for allegedly being involved in the business of child pornography. The offence carries a penalty of up to 15 years imprisonment and at least 3 strokes of the cane upon conviction. For the second charge, he is accused under Section 10 of the same Act for possession of child sexual abuse material on his mobile device, which provides for a maximum 5 years jail, a fine of up to 10,000 ringgit or both. The accused faces a third charge under Section 292 of the Penal Code for possession of obscene material, punishable by up to 3 years imprisonment, a fine or both. Judge Musli allowed the accused bail of 50,000 ringgit with a 10,000 ringgit cash deposit and 2 local sureties. The court also ordered the defendant to report to the nearest police station on the first day of every month and surrender his passport. Case management has been fixed for March 13, while trial dates were set for May 13 and June 15 to 16. The search for 20-year-old Nicholas Lesson enters a critical second day as rescue teams expand their radius along the treacherous Skrang River. Rescue operations resume at 7:30 this morning with specialized reinforcement, including a K9 unit featuring tracker dog Bella to navigate the rocky and challenging terrain along the riverbanks.
Operation Commander Abang Muhammad Fazil says the manhunt is now a multi-agency strike involving police, civil defense and local volunteers. Teams have divided the river into sectors, with Bomba and police scouring the upstream reaches, while civil defense teams and villagers sweep the downstream waters. Each group is covering a 2-kilometer radius, backed by a fleet of agency craft and 5 local boats to ensure no stretch of the water is left unchecked. The Nichols disappeared on Wednesday afternoon when a speedboat he was testing capsized and sank beneath the current. Witnesses at the scene reported that the victim was seen floundering in the water before being swept away by the force of the river.
The Malaysian Meteorological Department predicts heavy rain will batter Sarawak's coastal areas in the morning before intensifying into thunderstorms across all divisions later in the day. Sarawak Met Malaysia Director Khairul Najib says the damp conditions will likely persist through the night, particularly in the southern, central and northern regions.
Secara amnya, cuaca di negeri Sarawak adalah dijangka lembap dalam minggu ini dengan hujan di kawasan pesisir pantai pada sebelah pagi di kebanyakan bahagian. Ribut petir beserta hujan di beberapa tempat berpotensi berlaku di semua bahagian pada waktu petang dan berlanjutan hingga ke sebelah malam, terutamanya di selatan, tengah dan utara Sarawak.
He is urging the public to remain vigilant and closely monitor official weather warnings before planning any outdoor activities. Officials recommend tracking real-time updates via the Met Malaysia app to ensure maximum preparedness as conditions can shift rapidly.
Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim says all religious activities and the construction of houses of worship must follow regulations stipulated by the authorities. At the same time, Anwar stresses that while freedom of worship is guaranteed, all religious activities must strictly adhere to the rules and procedures in place.
Macam seperti mana kuil-kuil Hindu. Semayanglah sebanyak mana dia nak pun. Buatlah kuil mana pun. Tapi ikut peraturan dah. Tak boleh pacak kuil atau berhala di mana tempat saja. Tak boleh.
Anwar makes it clear that Muslims are not exempt, pointing to a case in Perak where a surah was torn down after it was built without proper approval. Anwar also stresses that the government has never prevented or restricted any religious activities, but they must be guided by the federal constitution.
Ikut peraturan lah. Buatlah dakwah, tak ada sekatan sama sekali. Tapi ikutlah peraturan. Itu sahaja yang kita minta.
On Wednesday, independent preacher Firdaus Wong Wai Hung slammed Kuala Lumpur City Hall for seizing a multiracial reverted Muslims tent in Bukit Bintang. DBKL said the action was lawful, carried out after waiting over 30 minutes for an MRM representative on site.
Moscow is embracing the spirit of the Lunar New Year as the Year of the Fire Horse brings a vibrant celebration of culture, cuisine and tradition to the heart of the Russian capital. From tea ceremonies and calligraphy to bustling market fairs and authentic Chinese flavors, RT correspondent Farida Singatulina takes us inside the festivities.
This year is the year of the fire horse, and today's theme is Across Mountains and Seas, Hearts Together. It highlights cultural exchange and unity. Today you can enjoy performances, traditional Chinese dance, you can enjoy various exhibitions of Chinese art and cultural heritage, as well as do some hands-on masterclasses in Chinese arts and craft. Not to mention incredible authentic food tastings. Right now we're here at the market fair, so let's take a look at what's inside. As you can see, it's truly bustling here like a real street fair. And right now behind me we have a chef creating an authentic bowl of noodles. Noodles in Chinese culture signify longevity. Standing here, I truly feel like as if I'm on the streets of Beijing. There's just so many people and everyone is smiling, enjoying the tea, the baijiu, the dumplings, the noodles. However, right now I'm more interested in the tea. As we all know, tea is a huge part of Chinese culture. We can see various types of teapots, different types of art, different types of hand-drawn paintings, different shapes. Here's one that's shaped like a pear. And right over here, there is a traditional Chinese tea ceremony set. As you can see, there's various ways of making the tea. There's a green tea, it seems, and let's see if we can get a bit of information.
Today we are brewing different Chinese teas. This is a modern method of brewing tea. You can brew it using the pouring method. The idea is that the tea does not stay in contact with boiling water for a long time. We pour boiling water over the tea leaves, close the lid, and then pour the tea out.
And right now we've made it to the calligraphy station. Now in China, calligraphy is considered to be one of the highest art forms. It ranks alongside painting and poetry. Now calligraphy isn't just about handwriting, it's about movement and balance. There's a certain type of rhythm in every single stroke, or qi as they call it, also known as life force.
I have a traditional Chinese costume. This is furs, and foremost a costume for the Spring Festival. We celebrate spring, see off winter, and greet something new. The costume is embroidered in a traditional style.
We're in the center of Moscow right now at Moscow's famous gift factory. Let's take a look inside. Now we're here at Moscow's famous gift factory. Now right here you can buy almost anything you can think of. Children's toys, kitchenware, accessories, clothes. There's also a food court upstairs. And then you choose your gift and have it professionally wrapped, where it travels on this very machine to the very end of the factory, where it waits for you beautifully for you to pick up. Now, because of Chinese New Year, there are so many more gifts available in the style of Chinese New Year. Moscow is fully embracing the warm and festive spirit of the Spring Festival, with events and activities bringing people and cultures from all across the city together. From all of us here at RT, we wish you a happy and prosperous Chinese New Year, the Year of the Fire Horse. Farida Singatalina, RT, Moscow.
U.S. President Donald Trump is set to host the inaugural meeting of his highly controversial Board of Peace in Washington later on Thursday. A gathering at the former U.S. Institute of Peace, now renamed after the president himself. This summit purports to unveil a massive reconstruction strategy for Gaza. While Trump promises a new era of diplomacy, critics fear the body is a deliberate counterweight to the United Nations, created without the collective buy-in of traditional Western allies. The meeting is expected to run like a Trump cabinet session, but with a global twist. Joining the president are top officials, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Jared Kushner, and former British Prime Minister Tony Blair. The U.S. is expected to announce $5 billion in initial funding from member states dedicated to rebuilding Gaza. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the funds are tied to a larger security apparatus.
I know it's more than 20 countries. I know there's a lot of interest in that. I'll spare myself reading you the list of 20 countries from the podium, but we will provide it.
Member nations have reportedly been allotted just 90 seconds each to speak as Trump seeks updates on humanitarian efforts and the new Palestinian Technocratic Committee meant to run the Strip.
First, you must achieve security to get to prosperity, which is sort of the second part of this plan. So you'll be hearing more about that tomorrow. But I would just point out, $5 billion worth of investment. We're talking about reconstructing Gaza.
Part of the vision includes a 20-point plan featuring an international stabilization force tasked with disarming Hamas. Levy defended the ambitious scope, noting that the administration is pushing for security as a prerequisite for prosperity. For attending leaders from Indonesia and Pakistan, the pressure is mounting at home to ensure the board advocates for genuine statehood rather than an imperial real estate venture. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and have a good night.